Hey guys, welcome back in here to another episode. Just a quick disclaimer before we jump in. During the whole episode, unfortunately, I never noticed, but my mic was never really fully on during the whole time. But the good news is about that you can still hear exactly what I say the whole time and at decent volume as well. It's just a little bit quieter than the other people that had mics on the whole time, so it was just me. But again, it's not the most ideal sound, and it's not the greatest I've ever had, but it will work, and I'm still deciding to post this episode even with that type of audio technical difficulty. But just a quick disclaimer before we jump in, but hopefully you guys still enjoy the episode and still listen to the whole thing even with the audio thing. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop in. Welcome back in here to episode 16?
Sounds about right.
16, I believe. No intro for you guys today on Spotify. We're jumping right into it, but I'm joined here with the Bennett Duncan, ranked number 6 in the class of 2026 for baseball.
Yep, sounds about
PBR.
right. Yep, and actually number 10 on PG, so.
No, wait, what?
Yeah.
He's number 10 on PG?
Sure am.
How many showcases have you done with them?
I think you got to clarify the state, though.
Yeah, only in the Dakotas. Only in the Dakotas.
Oh, okay. And
It's not that good.
I know he hasn't introduced himself, but Noah Kuenzi's in the house as well.
Oh, what up, guys?
You know, I know you guys have been wanting to be on here for a while.
Yeah, bro, I've been begging you.
Oh, yeah.
And
big fan.
I said it wasn't going to happen for a bit, but some plans and some stuff, but you guys are here.
Yeah,
You
excited
guys
to be here, too.
We're ready.
How was Valentine's Day for you guys?
Oh, it was phenomenal, you know.
Are you guys are good to name drop.
Oh, yeah.
Your Valentine.
I took my girlfriend, Corinne, to the State Theater and watched The Notebook.
The State Theater.
Oh, yeah. Well, last minute plans, you know, we didn't really have anything because everything was full, like reservations-wise. So we're like, let's just go see a movie. Very great.
That's,
I've actually never been to the State Theater.
Neither have I.
Neither have I. It's 10 out of 10 experience.
No, I
It's
know.
amazing,
It's like retro, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
but,
downtown.
like, you got, like, reclining seats and stuff like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any reclining seats in most theaters.
That is a lot better than what I did with my girlfriend, Sage. We exchanged baskets, but here's the thing. I forgot to put together my basket. And then once she gave, yeah, I know. And then once she actually gave me her basket to me, I realized that she put a lot more effort into it than I did. So now I have,
Usually supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
It's
know,
usually supposed
but
to be the other way around.
it wasn't. So low-key giving her basket some other time. But then our original plan was to go to Hy-Vee, grab some ingredients, make dinner at home. Because, I mean, parents weren't going to be around. They were going to be at dinner, and they'd be out of the way. What's so funny?
Nah, we both looked at each other at the same time. We knew.
Well,
Parents are
no,
so we'll just
no.
leave that at that. No, you keep going.
we go to Hy-Vee, and we still had no clue what we were going to make. And I suggested chicken parm, which is fantastic. And then we realized that would have been like $50 for the ingredients, and that it would have taken forever to make. So then we settled with homemade pizzas. Dough already.
Always actually a great go-to.
Yeah, no, it was great. She ate like half of her pizza. I ate the whole thing. It was delicious. And then we just kind of chilled. So it was nice. What'd you do, Brecken?
What did I do? Oh, I know. I had a basketball game.
You had
At O'Gorman.
Oh, did y'all win?
No,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
dude, it was
Tell us about the game.
It was a tragic one, at least for the varsity level.
That's surprising.
Everyone just played poorly, to say the least. I'm just going to leave it at that. For those on the team, they know how it went, but it is.
And, Brecken, are you getting varsity minutes?
I have 30 seconds on the year.
Wow.
Yes, Brecken. Oh,
Pretty
That's a
boy.
Brecken.
Yeah, no,
So when I say, I feel like I have the right to say we now, especially
yeah.
that I've been in the game
Yeah,
once.
oh, yeah.
So,
30 seconds. Yep.
yeah, 30 seconds.
Of course.
Yeah. We're
struggle.
going to have to turn things around. But
I think they
don't
need to
get
play
much
Brecken
into it.
Beitler a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree.
How'd you do in those 30 seconds?
Didn't touch the ball.
Oh.
I forced a turnover.
Oh, that a boy.
Turnover. So I don't know where that goes in the stat sheet. Forced
Nowhere.
turnovers.
Something.
Yeah. But for those of you guys don't know, big baseball players in here. It's how we know each other. Played a lot of baseball. Played a lot of baseball in the past. Been playing with these two since 12U. Me and Noah actually played on the League World Series team in 2021, for those of you that didn't know. Yep. Just wanted to get some background stuff out of the way before we jump into some stuff. But do we want to talk about the Super Bowl just right off the bat?
Let's do it.
We all know how the game went. We can talk maybe about the game.
Goodness.
The Chiefs played terrible. I think that was the game for Patrick Mahomes where if he wanted to have a chance to say, yep, I'm the GOAT right now, which he still has lots of time. What he's done, he hasn't even turned 30 yet. I think he will be 30 next season. So what he's done already in his first 7-8 years of his career has already been phenomenal. 4 championships. Whoa. He hasn't won 4.
Okay, I think it was 3, but
we're casuals, bro. We don't even know how many Super Bowls he's won.
Out of the 7 seasons, I think it's like he's made the AFC Championship all 7 times. And I think
that is a true stat, yeah. Yeah.
Which is incredibly impressive. But 100%. That also brings up who is better between Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
Tom Brady.
I think Tom Brady.
You cannot debate that,
and I think it will always be Tom Brady.
Chill with always because Mahomes, like, as much as everybody hates him, like, he's still early in his career. And, like, you see what Tom Brady did late in his career. I think Mahomes could do that. Mm-hmm. And Mahomes is still early, and he's considered up there. Mm-hmm. I think I can't think.
You got to give. We'll see how the longevity goes for Patrick Mahomes. I would assume it goes very far. So let's assume he plays to I don't know about 45 age for where Tom Brady was.
I bet he plays 35, 40. I bet he goes in there.
He'll be for sure in 35. But 40, he's got 10 more years. I think he could at least get 3 more, which would put him at 6.
With how good Mahomes is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So he's won 3.
I'm
praying that's right.
This is my opinion why I think Tom Brady will always be better. Tom Brady came out of retirement, right? And if you're coming out of retirement, there's a really good shot you're going to be washed, right?
Yeah.
Tom Brady comes out of retirement, brings Rob Gronkowski with him, who all I bet he'd been doing is partying, drinking, doing everything he'd been doing before, right? Brings both of them out, goes on to this Tampa Bay team, which was not nearly as stacked as the Chiefs team. Tom Brady still comes out with the win.
Well, I don't think
Okay. Mahomes had just won his first Super Bowl the year before, right? So he wasn't that experienced, but still, that is a head-to-head match against a guy who was supposed to be washed versus a young guy who's got all the athleticism in the world, who he does have Super Bowl experience. 1 Super Bowl still counts. And Tom Brady won that matchup against a better team.
Wait, who was on that Chiefs team that year?
What year?
The year they played.
Chill on the casual.
Yeah.
They should still have had Tyreek.
Was it Tyreek? So you could still say because I'm looking at the Chiefs team this year, thinking Mahomes is what let those guys get to the Super Bowl.
That's a good point.
Which I mean, obviously, but
Travis Kelce had a terrible year. Not terrible, but not as good.
He loses. He wins a championship with borderline the best wide receiver in the league. Loses him, wins it again, and. Look, Tom Brady was hurt a little bit earlier in his career. But if you look at every major stat and compare it from 7 or 8 years of what it is compared to Tom Brady, Mahomes leads in every single one of those stats. But I think I can agree with you a little bit on the team part of it. I think Mahomes has had a little bit better supporting cast when it comes to the teams. I will 100% agree with that. But again, he's halfway through his career. Nobody knows what can happen. You know what I mean? But if he would have won that one against Philly, it could have changed the whole course of history.
I totally agree.
But you have to remember, they still went to the Super Bowl and they lost probably their 2 most important offensive players besides Kelce and himself, and which Pacheco did come back, but that injury definitely altered the rest of his season coming back. And you lose Rashee Rice, who was looking like probably borderline top 10, probably maybe even better in some people's eyes, wide receiver, maybe wide receiver league. Again, we're casuals. And there's probably some people listening to this talking about the Super Bowl right now and slapping their faces like big football fans. So we apologize, but yeah, we'll see how it goes out. I personally think Mahomes will be the GOAT in the end, but
I think there's a solid chance for sure.
I guess.
I think people are over exaggerating like how I don't know, devastating like this loss was to his career, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
at
the end of
it
felt because it was like they just got smashed. There was nothing Mahomes could do.
Mm-hmm. But huge point there. It was just Eagles were in control the whole time though.
Yeah.
That's why it felt like it was.
And then once they let off the gas, then they scored, you know.
Yeah.
So like going back to the game, like everybody was saying like how great of a game it was just because they're Mahomes haters, right? They love to see him lose. They love to see the Chiefs lose just because of some of the calls and stuff like that, you know. But I look back at it as like a football fan. I didn't enjoy the game. I enjoyed about the first half as like a Mahomes hater. But when I look at the Super Bowl, I want to see a good game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People were saying that, like, I know some people that would come up to me and were like, yeah, I loved the game. It was one of the most fun games I've watched in so long. But it's like after the halftime, it was just boring. Because it was just straight, like, whooping up on them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What were your guys' opinion on that? Like, did you guys enjoy watching the game? I didn't personally.
I actually think there was worse in the past. I remember when when the Rams were in it, the year they lost was probably almost worse than that. It was like 13. I honestly would rather see a team put up 40 and blow a team out than have like 13 to whatever. Well, I don't know. It wasn't. It was bad, but it was just. I don't know how much. I just know how much I can say about it. It just felt bland.
You're not going to remember it. It's not a Super Bowl remember, and that's not fun.
You remember the score and the loss that the Chiefs had, but you don't remember the big plays.
Yeah.
Besides Jackie Robinson, of course.
Oh yeah,
Jackie
Cooper DeJean, big Iowa guy right here, man. I loved that.
Born in Sioux Falls. Born and raised in around the Sioux City area. I'm pretty sure.
I'm thinking
Sioux City, Iowa.
I think it was because
I saw a picture on
small
social media. It was small town. I saw a picture.
He's a small town Iowa kid. Came out of high school with like offers from like SCSU, I think NDSU, Iowa and Iowa State, and then one other one. Like those are his only offers, and look what he's doing right now as a rookie. Yeah. Like that's crazy to think about. Which still, obviously, the offers were, all D1 and Power 5, local Power 5s, but exactly the role from the offers where he had to where he is now with this big role and doing what he just did in the Super Bowl. Oh yeah,
he's definitely come a long way. But let's talk about the halftime show. Personally, I think it was a little better than people thought.
Yep, for sure.
But it was still not great.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it could have been better. I think Kendrick went into it more of like a political mind instead of
the whole USA thing. Yeah,
that and we talked about with our coach Steve, where he kind of went.
Coach, by the way.
Yeah, baseball coach. He went more into depth about kind of the meaning about what was it, Uncle Tom. That's what Samuel L. Jackson was supposed to be. I know it said it was Uncle Sam, but Steve did some looking into it or something like that. I don't really fully follow what he was saying.
I watched an analysis video on TikTok one time, or like afterwards, and I don't remember everything, but his selection of song choice, his order he did it in, it made a lot more sense, and it was, I don't want to say it was a lot more impactful, but it made me kind of realize, the show was pretty good, and I see what he was getting at. Do I believe it was great? No,
I think that's based off better than him for sure.
That's based off an entertainment standpoint. From an entertainment standpoint, it wasn't great, but I get what he's trying to get at, and it makes sense to me.
I think it was one of those occasions where it was like, good idea, poorly executed.
Yep, totally.
I don't even think you could say poorly executed. I think you just say it could have been executed a little bit better.
It just went over people's heads.
I really enjoyed watching the show, but I had these huge expectations.
Yeah.
And I think the way the Super Bowl halftime show is, it's kind of hard to have a rapper be the main, you know what I mean?
But here's the thing. A couple years ago, it was just rappers. It was like 4 or 5 of them,
Yeah,
and
but
that
it
was one of the
was-
best Super Bowls, I think. A Super Bowl halftime.
Are you talking about the Snoop Dogg? And
Snoop
Dogg.
Dogg, Kendrick,
Yeah,
50
but
Cent.
that's a little different where it's like,
a group.
it's a little different era of rapping, and they're just icons.
Yeah.
And I mean, so is Kendrick Lamar, but it's a little bit different. But
They were entertaining.
Yeah,
They were
yes, for sure.
entertaining.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The only word is entertainment piece. Like you said, the story.
That's why people
the
tune
idea,
in.
Yeah, the idea was great, and I guess when I come with poorly executed, what I mean by that is the entertainment value.
Yes.
Was not,
Yes.
Yeah.
was underwhelming. Like, it didn't feel hype. You didn't feel any energy from the fans either.
No.
Except
And I think
for
that's-
They Not Like Us.
I think that's part of it being rap, because it's a lot harder for the majority of people to sing along or like rap along with the artist than it is if, like, what was it?
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah,
went
well,
on the
Chris
stage.
Stapleton, but
But-
what was it? Was it Beyonce?
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
was released,
Yeah. Like, that was one of my favorite halftime show because people were getting into it in the crowd. She performed very well, and that's why I think that was probably better than that Kendrick song from the halftime show.
Yeah.
From the
Because the
sample
only line,
entertainment.
lyric you can sing along to with Kendrick is like the A minor part. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can.
Unless you're like,
Wah, wah, wah. That part, like,
unless you're a big Kendrick Lamar fan who knows all of those songs, an average fan is not going to understand the meaning behind the songs, not going to understand the words as well, I guess you could say. They're not looking into the lyrics. They don't know what's coming next, you could say, in the song.
thought Kendrick, like, teasing Not Like Us
Yeah,
Yeah.
was great.
that was fun.
Where they're like, oh, he's about
really
to do
funny.
it. And then he's like, no, we got to slow it up. And then went to the song with SZA. That was probably my favorite. The Kendrick and SZA songs, probably my favorite,
Yeah.
personally.
They're
I
great
love
together.
Luther.
And now there's all those edits on TikTok with the, is he really about to do it?
Yeah.
And then they have that. But yeah, I do agree. The SZA, I'm actually personally, you guys are going to hate me for this, but I'm not a big SZA.
I do not hate. There's no SZA hate, bro. Is that
No,
what you're
you
going to
don't like
say?
SZA or you do
I
like SZA?
love SZA.
Yeah, I'm just
She's
not a big
great.
SZA. I'm just not a big SZA.
I just-
fan. There are a couple good songs, but I just don't see the hype around it. I just don't see the hype around SZA.
I just couldn't listen to her in my. I just don't listen to her in my own
Yeah,
time.
it's just-
like I'll listen to her if she's
not my
on,
vibe.
but
It's just not my vibe.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of just depends what you're trying to
But
listen
I can see
to.
where people like SZA and the fact because like what it's probably a vibe thing for you, right?
Yeah,
SZA,
I
it's
mean, she's just, like, chill.
You throw it on, you're not even really listening to what she's saying. It's just
Yeah.
like it's a
I mean,
good vibe.
Yeah.
But
Kind of, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest SZA fan, obviously, but
there's some people that
you know,
love SZA. Where it's
yeah.
like, come on. I know people are gonna hate me listening to this because there's a lot of people that love SZA. That's just my take. I just don't. I'm not a big SZA person. Let's see what I have on here. Well, overall, okay. Last question for you guys. Overall, what would you rate it out of 10?
the halftime show.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a. It's gonna be a harsh 5 for me out of 10. It's gonna be a harsh 5 out of 10. It would be a generous 6, but a harsh 5. I'm sticking with the 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. A 5 being the average. I think the entertainment was below a 5, but the meaning makes up for it.
If there
makes
was
it a
no
5.
meaning, I think this is completely different score.
No, if meaning aside, it's probably like a 3. Sadly, Kendrick is my favorite artist of, I don't know about all time, but he's my favorite rapper, and I mean, I was disappointed. So yeah, 5.
I'm giving it like a 6. I think the timing of when the Drake beef, right, and then which we could talk about later if we want, but the Drake beef, like all that going on, and then he just decides to twist the knife at the Super Bowl party. So it's more that political, like, kind of the slander on Drake. That kind of did it for me. And I'm a Drake fan. I just thought it was awesome that he decided to just keep digging at him on national TV when, I don't know if this
Everyone's watching.
yeah,
Millions.
the whole United States is watching, where he's just crushing Drake the whole show. Just twisted the knife, and I thought that was hilarious, personally. That's why I like the show.
But again, the people that say it's horrible, please don't say that, like, because it really wasn't. And like you said, the story behind it was great with the Drake beef, the USA, all that meaning behind it. Like, it really wasn't as bad as you people. Like, it should at least be a 5 in people's eyes.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
And honestly, I really like the 6. But we will. Let's talk about some baseball stuff maybe here.
Yeah.
Well, Drake just dropped his album yesterday, his new album.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, yeah.
So we'll talk about that after the baseball topic. But what do you guys want to get into here? You want to talk about school ball season, like what are kind of predictions, so to speak? Or you want to
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do predictions.
Let's hear about the predictions.
predictions?
All right, yeah.
Like, I don't want to make it. I know that's why I put a little like quotation marks behind predictions because I don't know. I don't want to be like.
Well, we know Washington's going to win a combined 3 games.
Maybe.
But
Maybe.
combined. What's combined? So varsity and
No.
Oh.
I mean,
maybe.
probably.
hey, look,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love the energy. That's what I said last year. And I was really hyping us up last year, and then obviously.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Well,
We're not that bad, guys. We're not that bad.
I knew. I'm not gonna bash anyone because but like we all knew. How should I say? It's like I knew we weren't gonna be that great. I think everyone knew that, but I just was like, I don't think we're gonna be as bad as we should. And our record did show that, which we actually had a lot more close games than you think. Like,
yeah.
I promise we did.
Funny.
I remember we played O'Gorman. We hung with them for 6 innings or 5 innings.
Funny thing is, did you guys have one win last year?
Yeah.
The one win, Brecken Beitler pitched.
Yeah.
I remember it was against Pierre.
Pierre wasn't even bad.
They weren't great. I'm sorry, Brecken. Not to.
At the time. No, but they had Jet Zabel. You could throw. You don't know Jet Zabel?
No.
Unfortunately, sorry.
I know.
He just graduated.
Jet.
He was like seriously one of the better pitchers in the state.
Is he going to play baseball somewhere?
I think football. He's a big dude.
Big dude.
Yeah.
So let's get into like obviously we've got Harrisburg.
Harrisburg's a powerhouse. They have all the best pitchers.
They've got the best pitchers. I mean,
they've some of the best hitters in the state.
Dudes, right? Yeah. They've got dudes that are going to go.
That's the by numbers clear-cut favorite to win the state tournament.
Yeah, sure. And if you guys aren't big baseball fans, I always bring this up. If not, just please stay along. I feel like there's something you could learn. It's still interesting, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember Noah saying, you've listened to some past podcasts, I think, like you were talking about, Cole's cross country or whatever?
Something like that, yeah.
And you're saying it was interesting. You're probably not a big cross country.
No, I mean, I thought cross country was just running.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name? Cole Riley?
Yeah.
Cole,
he just won Gatorade Player of the Year, by the way, for cross country. So shout out to him. Only a sophomore.
It was pretty interesting to hear his thoughts about, I'm gonna start off really fast so I don't, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But he's got a whole strategy going into it on maybe I'm gonna pace myself a little bit slower and then run the last however many meters or however you count.
And you also again. I mean, we'll cut this short. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like, you run differently depending on who you're running against. All that kind of stuff. But you guys can still learn. It's still going to be interesting for you if you're not big into baseball. But again, you're right. Harrisburg, big powerhouse, going to be up there. I believe Brandon as well, especially with Aiden Zer at the top of that. Come on, bro.
I'm not. I didn't say anything.
Look, say your thoughts, Bennett.
Okay.
Please, about Brandon.
Let's try our best to not. Obviously,
we're not hating. We're not hating.
We're going to give a quick view of every team here. Brandon has Aiden Zer, Notre Dame walk-on. He's going to be tough. He's
a walk-on? He's going to be a walk-on?
Yeah.
From what I heard, he's a PWO.
Yeah.
Preferred walk-on.
Well, yeah. If you're walking on at Notre Dame, you better be.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best pitchers in the state. That doesn't mean I think he's the best.
They don't fall off, though. They don't.
Well, here's the thing with Brandon. They favorite a lot of juniors. I'm not naming names, but I heard they favor a lot of guys who are not as good as guys who are being placed below them.
Yeah.
And I think that could come back to hurt them. They have some really good talent. They have a kid named Carter LeBrie, really solid. They have Zer, really solid. They have Grady Gindorf, who is really solid. He should play short, or Zer will.
Is he the one that's at Sanford?
Yeah, he's ranked
legit.
5th. He's
right in front of Bennett.
Yeah. He's good. He's solid. But they won't be bad. If someone want to talk about Lincoln?
Hold on. Brandon, here's my top 3 for the state where I think like if you did a preseason ranking, I'm not saying this is how it's going to end up, but I think you have to have Harrisburg 1.
For
I'm
sure.
putting Brandon in the 2 spot.
I don't
I've
agree
heard
with
some
that.
rumors. Watertown, guys.
I have heard that.
Watertown and Aberdeen Central just got added into the mix this year. They didn't have I don't know why they didn't, but they didn't have any baseball. They had Legion, but they didn't have any school ball baseball teams. Now they just got added in, and Watertown is going to be fantastic.
That's what I heard.
At least compared to the competition.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, Brandon, personally, I think could have not easily, but did have a solid chance to be in the state championship and potential. Like, when they played Lincoln in the semifinal last year, I predicted that Brandon was going to beat them in that game, which they didn't because Lincoln was just so hot that day during the state tournament. But Brandon, and they are returning almost everybody except for one guy, I think, who hit like 4-hole for them. There's their junior class this year, who was a sophomore class last year, played a big role for their team and are just coming. Like, that's why I think they'll have the experience, and they're returning almost everybody, almost of their big pieces. That's why I think they're going to be in the mix to have a chance.
I think, and I'm a Jefferson guy.
Yeah.
I think Jefferson can do it. Not like be top tier.
Dark horse.
I really do think
Dark horse, extremely dark horse.
We've
the
got-
darkest horse.
I don't know if it's the darkest horse. It cannot be
I'm
the
with you,
darkest
but
horse.
Washington's the darkest
We
horse. My bad.
have got
I got you.
we have got Ethan Bigger,
Yep.
right? Probably one of the best in the state.
Yep, he's
For sure.
yep,
Just
100%.
Pitcher, by the way.
Pitcher, yep, 93.
One of the best 25 pitchers, probably
Yep.
the best 27 pitcher,
The best 27 pitcher
in my opinion.
Wait,
besides
who's the 20? Oh,
Everett.
Yeah.
It's 88 as a sophomore.
as a
by the way.
sophomore, he's putting in a lot of work, right? We have Brody Jacobson.
Great fielder.
We've got our middle infielder back. We've got
Yeah, what are you talking about, Bennett, about the darkest horse?
I don't know how you can
when
say-
he throws out this pitching roster, I see a team
That's
that
the
could
thing.
be. You have
Pitching.
to understand with school ball, you don't need 5, 6, 7 pitchers.
and we've got good players in relief.
Yes, you do.
We don't have terrible players in relief.
You need 2
We've got
pitchers, to be
McFarland.
honest.
We've got Boyd. Kyler Boyd throwing 81 with a good curveball, good
I have
changeup.
played against. I have played with Kyler Boyd.
Hold on.
is.
I gotta check my camera. Just keep talking.
I have played against or played with Kyler Boyd before. He might be one of the craftiest pitchers.
Crafty. He gets people out. He
It's-
gets ground balls and he gets people out.
He just topped 80.
I don't.
Seeing
has
93 from Ethan Bigger and then going into relief with Kyler Boyd
Throwing 80.
throwing 80, and he's gonna spin the crap out of the
He
ball.
locates so well.
He's
and
gonna
he uses
dot
curveball
pitches
so
and he's
well.
gonna get ground balls.
I just don't think it's enough to go
I don't want to
against.
interrupt, but can someone text my mom and tell her we're doing a podcast because she keeps calling me?
I would love to text
And it's
Louisa.
going up on my phone. That's why I check the
Do you
camera.
have her number?
Thankfully,
I
I
do
have
not.
an iPad
I
down
do,
here
I do.
recording audio, and it showed up on here like that. Yeah, so
All right, let me keep going though. I think I know you need pitching, but coming down to it, state tournament day, you will need pitching. Jefferson or Roosevelt has 4 guys who are legit. Like they throw, I don't know about throw strikes, but they throw pretty hard. They have Jacob Monger, Logan Edwards, Chris Logue, and I'm missing another big one. I know I am. Oh, Carl Hartman. Carl Hartman hit 87 today.
really,
He throws harder than Bennett Duncan.
Bro,
here.
He
what
throws
the
harder than me.
since
and
when?
He was looking really good
He
today.
looked great.
Looked great.
And then you have Lawson Hensley, who can definitely
87?
relieve, who is maybe one of the best hitters in the state and one of the best fielders in the state. Beck can stop giving that look.
I think he's amazed by Carl Hartman hitting 87.
OG
No,
has,
I'm not.
zero.
I'm not hating on.
No,
on
no,
Lawson
no,
by
I-
any means. Lawson is a phenomenal baseball player, but one of the best hitters in the state. I think he even knows he's not. Come on, when we talk about best hitter, one of the best hitters in the state, you got to be like top 5. You're saying he's up there top 5?
Yes.
I haven't seen enough of him play.
I have seen so much of Lawson play, and I think he's a top five hitter in the state.
Hey, Lawson, prove me wrong. Okay.
I hope he
if
does.
Lawson's listening, hey, prove me wrong, Lawson.
I'll show him this clip.
No, and Lawson is freaking legit. Okay.
He is-
If Lawson's listening, you are legit. Like some of the plays he makes up the middle too. Stop. What are you doing? I know I'm glazing, but I gotta retract a little bit.
No, I don't have Louisa's
I got
number.
it. I got it.
Yeah, you
Keep
got
talking.
I gotta retract a little bit. But I know he's good. I've seen some of the plays at least defensively up the middle. He's super athletic.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, his great bat to ball skills for sure. One of the best. What? Just say
Oh,
On the pod.
on the pod. Don't Call Brecken. Or call Brecken later. That's what you have to say.
Okay, keep talking.
Can we see this? Wow.
Yeah.
What a picture.
I just think the biggest thing for Roosevelt and for you guys as Jefferson is consistency.
Consistency, for sure. And we're young.
That's it.
We're really young.
Here's the thing with these teams. Some of these teams, their hitting is not the best. Some are might be carried by their pitching.
Yeah.
I think pitching is the biggest thing in school ball.
Yeah. O'Gorman has a couple of really, honestly solid pitchers. Bats aren't all there.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna I agree with you with the pitching part, but I'm gonna piggyback off a little bit. I don't know if it's necessarily pitching. I think the two biggest things. I don't even think you have to have good pitchers to win in school ball. I think you have to be a pitcher that throw strikes consistently. Yep. I don't even care how hard you throw, because realistically, with the weather it is in South Dakota in the springtime, you're just not gonna be able to hit no matter who's up there.
Yeah.
You have to.
That's true.
And it's the little things. Whoever makes the most plays and does the little things right.
I think Jefferson's field, back to Jefferson, I think our field is gonna be one of the best fields.
Yeah.
Infield, we've got Brody, Kaysen. I already mentioned those two up the middle. We've got probably Carson Hughes at first. Both those three, all three of those.
You at third base.
Potentially, I mean, there's going to be a battle
It's
probably
a
at
toss-up,
third.
but it's a good chance it's no.
We've got. I mean, I'm going to say Boston Bryant, the freshman,
100%.
center field.
He should.
Learn
For sure.
the name, by the way.
One of the
Boston.
rawest hitters I have ever seen.
And then
Now,
we've got Mason Payne in right. I think you guys forget
playing?
about Mason Payne.
Is he playing?
He is playing. From what I've heard.
Going to play football at was it USD?
No, USF.
USF.
Oh, it's legit.
But yeah, and it's third base.
Mason
And
Payne's definitely not listening right now.
Mason Payne is definitely not listening.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I can get him to, but
Okay.
he doesn't have to talk to me.
Say you got a name drop.
Oh yeah,
I think we should move on to our next topic. Which
For our next topic.
should we do our draft? Should we do our draft?
Oh shoot! Dang, we're already 30. This stuff goes by quick.
Yeah, let's
30
draft.
minutes
Let's
in.
draft.
Whoa, hold on. Give us 5 more minutes here.
Oh.
We want to talk a little bit about O'Gorman and a
Little
little
bit,
bit about Washington. Have we not talked about O'Gorman at all?
We've got some pretty good pitchers, but the bats are not there.
That's what I said.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, that was kind of the story last year. But you better hope Sully's playing.
Sully is playing.
He is.
That's
Okay.
what I. That's
because I just heard rumors.
that is what I heard.
Okay.
This
is don't take our word for it, guys.
I have asked friends of Sully. I'm not very good friends with Sully, so I haven't really asked him. But I've asked people who I'm friends with who are friends of Sully if he's playing, because I'd love to have that bat and lineup, love to have that athleticism on the team. And I heard he is going to play, but he will not be catching.
Really?
Which, yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah, it's hard
Hard
on
on the knees. You're gonna go play what linebacker
Yeah.
out at Power
Washington
4?
State.
I don't know if it is
Power 5. That's Power 5.
A solid
Give it
program.
a really good D1 program.
Yeah.
I mean, the D1 program is gonna have say in what he does.
Now, when we
for
talk
the
about best hitters in the state, that's the guy.
That's
best.
yeah.
That's for sure best. Yes, he's gonna. He even knows it too. He's gonna strike out a handful of times because that's because he's swinging hard. But he's gonna strike out probably 15 times, maybe 20 if he's having a little bit of a bad year. But he's gonna hit for average too.
Yeah.
And when he connects, it's going. I mean, and he's a guy 3-0. He's swinging.
Yeah.
That's if that tells you anything, how good he is. He's 3-0 and he gets the green light, and nobody cares. If he popped out on 3-0, it doesn't matter. He's doing it again next at bat.
Yeah.
All right, we will.
Thoughts on Washington, just real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
'Cause
Washington.
Better program than last year, I think. Got more experience.
That's what I was thinking.
Got a new group of guys.
No, that's the biggest thing. I'm not. Again, I learned last year about saying stuff. I'm just gonna let the playing do the talking. I guess that's my thought. That's my and whatever. I mean, I have confidence. I'm going in with confidence, and I hope rest of my team does. I think we will. I think if we have confidence.
Listen to Dylan Teedy. Sounds like he has confidence too.
Yeah, I think
seems like he's doing pretty-
that was the biggest thing last year. We didn't.
I'm being for real. That's what Dylan.
No. Okay. Again, I always say
love
this. We were
TV.
definitely not a team that would ever come close to winning state. But I think if we had kids that bought in to what we were trying to do a little bit more last year, we could have put up a few more wins and been a little bit better. Actually, put ourselves in maybe a little bit better spot to hopefully play someone reasonable to beat to go to state. But I think as long as people believe in each other and we just cut down the little, just make the little plays and cut down on the little mistakes. I think we should be in a good spot. And good spot to hopefully have a chance at state. You just never know. You know, with baseball, you never know. Just put yourself in a
it's
chance.
baseball.
You have to win 2 games.
Any given day.
Yeah, you
It's
have to win
baseball.
2 games. It's baseball.
Yeah.
Everyone knows anyone can win on any given day. It doesn't matter. Anyway, jumping to the new topic, the Drake album, the new Drake album.
Terrible. Terrible.
Terrible.
It sounded
I
the
haven't
exact
listened-
same.
it
Every
wasn't
single
good.
song.
I haven't listened to a
And that's the
single
thing with Party Next
anything
Door.
of it, so
That's the thing with
I
Party
can't
Next Door.
comment.
I didn't listen to, but I started listening to the first song. Like, let's skip. Okay, next song.
Moth
Man,
and
this
Balls
sounds
or
real-
something like that. Like,
Yeah.
what is that name?
This sounds
Like,
kind of similar.
It sounds the
I skip it with
exact
2 minutes
same.
in. It's the same. I skip
the
it and it's like I
same
can't get away from the
song.
same song.
It's what it feels like. It sounds like it's the same beat, same thing, everything. I will say the Spanish verse that Drake had, I forgot what song it was. That was about the toughest thing that
Haven't heard that part
album
yet.
had.
See, so I haven't listened to a ton of it, but from the glimpse what I've listened to, maybe I gotta listen to every single song all the way through. But guys, it's like a 4 out of 10.
I wouldn't give it that. Drake is too good to put out work like that. That's what I'm gonna say.
No,
That
but
was
like you
not
said,
good.
it's just. I think it's an expectation thing.
It might be, but still, I did not like it
It's just-
at all.
But our album's kind of supposed to be like that a little bit, kind of to be.
I
Similar,
don't think so.
I mean,
Not really. There's some albums that I don't want to say tell a story, but they kind of do. There's some albums that tell a story
yeah.
of anything, honestly. Different songs have different meanings. Some songs talk about, I don't know, specific parts of the artist's life. Like, for example, in Tyler, the Creator's album, Chromacopia, I forget which song it is, but he talks about the struggles of paparazzi and how it's stressful always having people in his face with cameras. And that's talking about his life. That's personal experience. I don't want to say it's cool to see a famous person's perspective about it, but it kind of is, right? Mm-hmm. You get to see what their life is like, what they have to go through, their problems. So, makes it more human-like.
It's a good perspective on it. But again,
I just didn't feel like that was there with the Drake album, personally.
again,
Like, it was just kind of like a throw-together album is what it felt like.
And again, like I feel like I say this about every single topic we talk about, but again, I'm a casual when it comes to rappers. I really am. I mean, but I think we know Drake. He could have done better.
Oh, for sure.
Could have done better. And that was the biggest thing. That's why I give it a 4 out of 10. It was just underwhelming. It was just noticeably underwhelming right when you click through some songs. It was like, man, you like click through, you're waiting for that song where it's like, when is this a song?
Like every album has that 1 to 2 songs that are like gonna be like a hit, right?
Yeah, that you
like that
remember
are gonna
forever.
be, and like you look at albums. I mean, I'm not gonna. Don't touch me. I don't know. Just albums typically have those 1 to 2 songs that are going to be played on the radio.
Yep.
I mean, not necessarily Drake, but there's no songs here. Personally, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I just want to give a little shout out to LeAngelo Ball for what he's doing.
Can we tell a story real quick?
Yeah.
No.
Can we tell a story
No, we
about it?
can't. No, we cannot. No. Another time.
No.
No. Another time. I'll tell Beshkis off the air.
Can I?
It
Let's
involved
just
me.
say R.I.P.
Realistically, what are we in
Tail
here?
it.
We're almost 40 minutes in. I don't know how many. Wait, what time is it, by the way?
23.
Okay, perfect.
It just it does
We're
have
great.
something involved with my car's taillight, and I might have swerved and bent that corner a
In
little too
someone else's mailbox.
And just no, it wasn't my mailbox. And I might have hit someone's mailbox, but that's a different story for a different time.
Perfect. That's all I needed to hear. We'll go into the details off air, but there you go. He must have hit a nailbox in the corner. Broke a tip.
Just lost control of the car.
Hopefully, Papa Duncan doesn't know.
Oh, he already crashed out.
Oh, yeah.
He knows about it? Good.
Oh, he
At least you
crashed
told
out.
him. At least you
Car is repaired now.
The car is repaired. We just
how
came
long
from
ago
the
was
shop.
this?
2 days ago.
It was Thursday.
Is a taillight that expensive?
It was about a $500 repair.
Oh yeah, that's
no, it was a lot.
I would
So-
not be too happy about that.
Nope.
No.
All right.
Should we get into the
Yeah,
draft?
draft. But again, have you guys listened to the? We have time to get through this draft comfortably with time to spare. But have you listened to the new? It hasn't dropped yet, but the previews of Law and Order by LeAngelo Ball.
No.
You haven't?
No.
You have to, bro. No, there's something about that song that just, bro. Look it up right now.
Should I?
Yes, go to TikTok. Look up
What are we
LeAngelo
doing?
Ball.
I'm sitting.
What the?
What's it called? Law and Order?
Yeah, just
Law?
look up the preview. I'm checking the camera one more time because again, I've always had times where it's cut out for storage, so I got to make sure it's still rolling.
For storage.
Law and Order. So I actually am not.
Cleopatra.
What?
I accidentally clicked out of the camera, so I had to. Sorry if you guys are coming back in here, but the audio should still fill. It's fine. I'll just edit it. I'll pair it together. It's gonna be perfect.
Reckon I am not finding it.
Look up Law and Order
Hey,
preview.
Brecken, calm
Angelo Law
down.
and
Calm
Order
down.
preview.
We're okay.
Or Law and Order.
Let me see your phone. No, it's previews. It's on TikTok. It hasn't dropped yet. I've just listened to some
Bro,
previews.
what?
It's gonna be a tough song.
Brecken, this
LeAngelo,
Alright, buddy.
dude, I know it's cliche. I know it's cliche, but everyone has said it. LeVar went 3 for 3.
Yeah, I did.
LeVar went freaking
No,
3 for
for
3.
sure.
All right, I gotta triple check, quadruple check, because I'm gonna have to go through some editing process. We'll see how it works, but we'll be just fine with the
Love
audio.
that
But,
editing.
Ooh.
So smooth.
Ooh.
yeah, we're sliding.
Lord have mercy.
All right, let's get in the draft.
let's
I'm
get in the
ready
draft.
for this.
Sorry,
This is what I've been
sorry.
waiting for.
A
I've
little
been
bit of
hyped.
stall. A little bit of stall. Today we are drafting with the whole rap theme today with Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Best
we're drafting
rappers.
the best rappers of all
How
time.
Let's
are we
get
gonna
it.
figure out who goes first?
Ask Siri.
Okay. So
1 through 3. I'm 1, you're 2, you're 3. You ask Siri 1 through 3.
You want me to?
Pick a number 1 through 3. Oh, I'm showing you. It's 2. I showed you
You're
guys
first.
my little.
Okay, pick a number 1 through 2. I'm 1, you're 2.
Pick a number 1 through 2. It is 1.
So I go second, you go third.
That's
Unless, do you want second?
no.
Okay.
That's all you reckon.
All right. With my first pick.
Yep.
Y'all can disagree with me. I think the best rapper of all time is Kanye West. We're separating the
For
art.
some reason, I thought he was going to slip to 2, but
We're separating art from the person here. I think Kendrick Lamar is one of the most influential artists of all time. His early work is so much better than his most recent stuff. That's obvious. But his prime, it doesn't come close. I think.
probably still is in his prime.
Whoa. But
Bracken.
that's my first pick.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not his prime. Sorry, but but what I meant by that is like he's
Just
still really
separated
good.
with his wife. If you didn't see that.
He's a weird dude. He's bipolar.
Well, we
Different.
think.
Very different.
All right.
Let's hear it, Brecken.
I'm gonna go with the safe pick, and guys, just a disclaimer. I know I've said this 5 times. I'm casual. I'm not big in the rap industry. Like I listen, I'm just not that educated. But I'm gonna go with the safe pick here. I mean, you guys probably already gonna beat me, so I just accepted my fate. But I'm gonna go with the safe pick. I'm gonna take Drake. Okay, I'm gonna take Drake. I mean,
Any
you talk
extra-
about a guy. I know we just dissed on his last album, but that's a guy that has been consistent for years as well.
I'd agree.
Not on the level, obviously, as Kanye has. Kanye is just the GOAT. I mean,
For
but-
multiple reasons.
yeah, for multiple, but just, yeah, you talk about a guy nobody hates. Like, literally
Whoa.
nobody.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, you're a Kendrick guy, though.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, people hate the person. They don't hate the
music, yeah.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
just-
But, yeah, yeah, I think it's a safe pick, so I think, yeah, I'm happy with it. No?
It's a snake draft, right? So I'll get
Yeah,
two.
you get 2 picks in a row.
Okay, so with my first pick, I will take Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
I have gotten into Kendrick a lot recently.
Is it because of me? Yes.
Perchance. I don't know. Maybe. I have loved just about every single piece of his music. I love it. I've loved these disses, like these Drake.
It was an excuse for him to drop music. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's some of his best work in a long time.
yeah, no.
You, like,
Meet the Grams was one of the most.
that was crazy.
Yeah. All right.
That was crazy. That's the biggest diss I've ever seen, like, on anybody.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Second,
My next pick is going to be J. Cole.
one of the best lyricists of all time.
If you take a second to just listen to the lyrics, look at
Other
him.
than one particular song.
Can't say.
but-
I've listened to J. Cole. I haven't listened to a lot of J. Cole. That's just on me.
Yeah.
You and like
He's one of the best lyricists
He's
of all
got
time.
twisted meanings in a lot of his songs. Just it's great.
forgot about
I
it.
love listening to it.
Yep.
All of his music. I couldn't tell you a J. Cole song that I don't like except for Grippy.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
The thing with Kendrick, and just the same thing with Kendrick as well, kind of like J. Cole, is that Kendrick's also one of those guys that's a big lyric guy.
Yeah, and I love lyrics.
That's the difference between like Kendrick and Drake. There's a lot of people that like Drake more, but there's a reason why the Kendrick fans are more loyal is because of the lyric piece of it, because it has meaning. It's probably not something you can always vibe to compared to Drake, but the Kendrick meaning behind all this stuff, and same thing with J. Cole, like you said with the lyrics, is just that's what makes them better. I mean, that's what makes them good. That's what their best attributes.
And they're considered greatest of all time.
Yeah,
I mean, you can look at it, and they're in the debate
yeah. I think we
for
have
sure. The goats down right
top
now.
4
They're missing
of the
one.
goats.
We are missing some of
Of
the
our
older
generation,
of our
our
generation.
generation.
Yeah,
You're missing. Okay, yeah.
It would fall back to me. I think I'm going to go with another safe pick. There might be better out there, but I will be going Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
what a take.
Doors left wide open.
So, are you picking? So, this is the greatest of all time, and the music you or the rappers you most enjoy.
I think it's both. I think it's both.
So, you enjoy listening to Snoop Dogg's
Like,
music
how
right
do you
now?
want me to cap? I enjoy listening to Snoop Dogg. No. I'm going with the approach of greatest of all time.
Okay,
I guess.
I don't even know what you guys laughing. I don't even know what you.
I mean, I don't listen to Snoop Dogg and be like, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Like,
But he's an icon.
he is an icon. And that's what makes him good.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't go into Fortnite if you're not an icon, right?
I guess.
I love that.
I love
That's a great quote.
Oh, bitches. Alright, my turn. Right?
Yep.
Alright. So I'm gonna take an old school guy who
You get 2 picks, by the way.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna take an old school guy on my first one here. Tupac. Tupac's death was incredibly
R.I.P.
influential. People are still talking about whether or not he's alive in the Philippines. Right?
Yep.
Or wherever, Cuba, whatever. He incredibly influential. He kind of, I don't want to say revolutionized rap, but made rap pretty much what it is today in
Yep.
the 90s. And then for my next pick, this is another person who I think could definitely be considered one of the goats of rap. Travis Scott. We haven't taken. You could go down a lot of his playlists and find at least 3 or 4 songs that you enjoy. You can't say that for a lot of these, not a lot of these guys, but you can find it for I mean, a lot of guys. But
I'm not the biggest fan of Travis Scott personally. I just don't like listening to his music.
But
Like,
Agreed.
very
Agreed.
very auto-tuned.
I don't.
Yep.
Some people like it. I mean, have you seen many concerts where people die?
Astro.
No. he did it.
Personally, I wouldn't want to go to those.
He did.
Personally.
Yeah, no, that's
But,
the
I
point.
mean,
That
if
hurts
you
his
wanna go to those-
reputation. That hurts his reputation.
I don't. But like, dude, he's one of the best.
You heard him.
one of, he's one of the.
That's bad.
He's
Like,
one
that's
of,
a, like a moment in history. Really, that's like,
he's one of the best.
well, how many people died? That's bad.
He's one of the best performers of all time in the rap industry, and I think I think he creates.
I'm kidding.
I think he creates great
He is,
music
he is.
personally. But yep, that's fine.
Let's hear it, Brecken.
Had to throw it in there. Had to throw it in there.
Shut up, Brecken. Shut up, Brecken.
All right, this
not
is
the
this
host of
this
the
is the
podcast.
point.
Shut up, Brecken.
This is the point in the draft where people stop listening because what I'm about to take probably is
Oh,
It's
God,
it's
it's got to be one of these Brecken takes.
no.
Bennett Duncan swiped the board with y'all. Sorry.
I could go all the. Are we? It's so we've all probably agreed it's greatest of all time.
I'm going more of it as a music that I enjoy because I
I'm
like
going
that it's like
greatest of all
subjective.
I'm going greatest of
Like-
all time.
Okay, you guys can go.
When I put it in, I'm gonna put best / go like greatest of all time. So it has that both. The
Okay, just go, Brecken.
Just go.
I was gonna take Gunna because I really like Gunna.
That's a good take.
It's a good take.
Is that what you're taking?
You know what? I will because I was gonna
I'll
take
take it.
Ice Cube maybe because it might be on your list, so I maybe just give you a
No,
pick. But
nope,
I
nope.
will. I'm gonna take Gunna because he has great music. Ice Cube's probably more of an icon, but everyone knows of our generation. You can't go wrong with Gunna at all.
Yeah.
Another one you can't go wrong with?
Wait, what do you mean? No. He's someone you can't.
Yeah.
He is my number one personally.
Oh.
He's my number one to listen to.
Yeah.
He's my number one.
That's okay.
I love Gunna. He's just vibe. He's just a vibe.
With my third pick,
What, bro? Am I that corny?
no.
Do you guys
I think it's completely fine.
Yes, Beckett, you are that corny. I'm sorry.
I feel like Bennett said way cornier moments.
For sure. 1,000%.
Like,
What?
I might be more corny.
Okay,
I might have more corny moments, but your like corny moments are like crazy.
Okay,
all
Okay,
next,
so let me
next,
get to
next,
my
next.
pick, guys. Okay. With the last pick of this draft, I'm taking A Boogie with the hoodie.
Chill.
I love A Boogie with the hoodie. Dude, no,
Chill.
I love
Chill.
listening to his music is amazing. I love it. Yeah.
Look, I get it. She ain't never do this before. She good at it. Sorry.
I love that. Like,
Yeah,
A
everyone
Boogie,
likes
bro,
that song.
I
It's
love that
rock
Sold,
song.
bro. You had Kendrick and J. Cole.
No, I did not sell, bro. I love A Boogie, bro. I don't care what you guys say. I
That's
do
a
not
crazy.
care. I'm not going for greatest of all time. You want to hear who else I had on my list, bro?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Kodak,
Crazy.
Bryson Tiller,
Yeah,
and Drake. Like Brent Faiyaz. Like those
he's,
are those
he's
are,
not a rapper though.
Yeah, I mean
He's R&B.
yeah. But still,
Rhythm and beat.
those were my picks.
Which I had on my
Those
list.
are who I listen to the most.
On my list, I had Kanye, Kendrick, Drake, Eminem, who was not taken.
Oh, Eminem.
Travis Scott.
Dude, honorable mention Eminem.
Lil Tecca.
Lil Tecca's a great pull, but I had King Von on my list.
That's why
because
Big X
you got
Plug,
big
Extra
the plug's
Plug
good,
was one,
but
man.
King Von
Do some
is such. I don't want to say a meme now, but he's like, he's one of those guys that's like everyone knows King Von, right?
Yeah.
I had Future and I had Lil Uzi Vert.
I had Baby Keem. That's a
Keem's great. Keem
a good
is one of my favorite.
And by the
rappers.
way, we're gonna probably
And so-
wrap it up here soon.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, but speaking of corny, I mean, this is a guy that was just sitting up on top of his thing.
Yeah.
He's been twisting his mic, acting like he's a cool guy. No one else has ever done it. Just hold it normal, okay? So I don't want to hear.
What are we talking about, Brendan?
I just.
I'm not that corny. You got
I'm saying crisscross applesauce on a couch.
freaking. You have red hair.
That's the only thing people can make fun of me for ever. So I
Freckles.
don't ever take it personally. Freckles are cool, man.
Injured all year long. I can go
Freckles
on.
come with like red
Yeah,
hair.
trying
though.
to make a play that you can
shut
never
up.
even get to. By the way.
What?
Yeah,
Ooh,
What?
that's the truth.
that
I
is the
didn't even
truth.
hear you.
He what collarbone shoulder
Shoulder dislocated.
dislocated
Bro,
shoulder on a play that you would have never even gotten to. So that's what he said.
Okay, well, he also sold my no hitter. So
It was getting through with anybody else on the team.
chill. You sold my no hitter. Casing gets that.
Ooh.
Hey, Kaysen's great, but he knows I have more range than he does.
Ooh. I don't know.
Kaysen knows, but
Does
he's
he
got
know
me in the
that?
hands.
Does he know that?
No, what?
He's got the
look
cruise.
at me dead, dead in the eyes and say,
Okay,
Beckett
hold
has
on, let's
more
go over
range
our
than
draft.
Casey Mediger, and it's not even a question.
Like, I want to get done with this podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's go over the draft here. Bennett took Kanye, Tupac, and Travis Scott. I took Drake, Snoop Dogg, and Gunna. And Noah finish out with Kendrick, J. Cole, and a Boogie with a hoodie.
Why do you say it like that?
Because I had
Boogie
to.
with a hoodie.
I had to say it like that.
Boogie with the
All right,
boogie
man,
with the hoodie.
We're at 52 minutes. I think we're going to wrap it up there soon. It was a fun time. It goes by fast every single time.
yep.
I feel like we'd be sitting here for 2 hours, but
Oh, I just want
this isn't Joe
to talk
Rogan,
forever
so-
with you.
don't see it.
It's corny.
I see
It's
it.
corny.
Sorry.
Anyway, any last remarks, Bennett, before you hop off here? It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having. It was a pleasure being here. You know, glad you invited me, even though I'm not always the nicest to you, Vretchkis. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Bregan. Thank you. I ain't got nothing else to say.
If you guys are listening this far, I appreciate it.
Vote
Check
for
us out
Noah.
on Instagram,
for Noah.
TikTok.
Vote for Bennett Duncan
Vote for
because he's
Noah.
Yeah,
him.
we'll put a vote on Instagram. Check out Instagram, TikTok. I don't even know what else. Yeah, if you're on Spotify, check out the YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio.
I heard
What's that?
radio. Good pull. Are you on
With that,
Pandora?
Apple Podcasts, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know how to distribute it, but I'll see what I can
Hop
do.
on
but-
Pandora so my teacher can play it during science class.
Bennett, nobody wants to listen to you talk during your song.
Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there.
I'm sorry.
53 minutes. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And,
Goodbye.
Breck and Beiler out.